What's up guys, this is Didas FIFA and welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Premier League. In this episode we are going to make some big, maybe a bit controversial transfers. But first of things first, let's take a look at our previous game week and we got some decent points. We got 69 points, 69 kappa, and that's a great result for me. I believe that is definitely a good result. Average points this game week was 50. So we got 19 points above the average. So that's definitely a good result. We had 7 points for Walker, 11 for Son, 22 for our captain Mane, 12 for Costa and 9 for Defoe. Nothing special on the bench, so I'm definitely happy. Other than that, Cahill scored the own goal, that's why he got -2, which is a bit unlucky. And then, well, Lukaku didn't do anything unsurprisingly. So yeah, that's where we're standing at the moment. So what I wanted to do is tell you my plans. Last week I asked you to give me recommendations about what can I change in the team, and one of you guys recommended swapping Kane for Romelu Lukaku, and I agree with that. I believe that Harry Kane, let's take a look at him. Let's go to transfers very quickly. Let's take a look at Harry Kane. Where is it? Spurs. There we go. Harry Kane, he got 60 points. He is scoring goals lately. He had a bit of a break because of an injury, but now he's back, and in the last 4 games he scored 5 goals. That's awesome. I definitely want him in my team right now. Right now he has a tough game against Man United, but then he will have 4 easier games against Hull, Burnley, Southampton and Watford. So he will definitely score some golazos in there. So yeah, I'm definitely happy about that. The only problem is he is 11.1 milli. I've got just 0.3 in a bank. So with Lukaku I have just 9.7, which is 1.4 less than I need. So what I wanted to do, I have 2 free transfers today. The first one I wanted to do is just purchase the player that I wanted, which is Nemanja Matic. I know he is a bit of an injured. It's a 75%. I don't think it's that serious. He had a break against Man City, but he will be playing sooner or later, and he is very important for the team. For God's sake, in the last games he was playing, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of the last 7 games, he had an assist in 5, which is very good for a midfielder. And Chelsea had a lot of clean sheets as well this season, so I think he is going to be definitely an upgrade on Leroy Fer, costing the same amount of money. That's why Nemanja Matic is joining our team. The only thing is there has to be a place where I save money. So just to save him, he is 11.1. So with the 0.3 here, Lukaku will got 9.7, which means we are 1.4 short. And that means we need to find a player for less than 6 million, or 5.9 even, just to be able to afford Harry Kane in the future. So the player I want to give up, I'm on defense in here. I could give up Walcott, Theo Walcott, but I believe that he will have genuinely a bunch of easy games. He's got Stoke, Everton, then he has Man City, but then West Brom, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Swansea, Burnley, Watford, just a bulk of easy games for Arsenal. So I believe that Theo Walcott will be important to me. And the other one is Heung-min Son. He had some good points recently. He got 11 and he got a 7 in his last 3 games, which is quite important. But he won't have that many easy games. He's got Man United now, then quite easy games, but then some Chelsea, some Man City, some Liverpool. So I believe that Spurs are not going to do that well, you know? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So I'm going to swap out Heung-min Son, I think. And the player I want to buy is a guy from West Brom by the name of Phillips. He costs just 5.4, so he's super cheap. And look at that. His last 4 games, just 4 games, he had 3 goals and 2 assists. I know he's got some difficult games and some easy games too, but West Brom are a bit of a surprise in this this Premier League season. So I'm willing to put my trust in a guy like Phillips, and yeah, just swap out Heung-min Son for Phillips, which gives us 2.2 million to work with, and then we'll be able to strengthen our attack with Harry Kane, which is something I definitely want to do. So those are going to be my transfers. I know they're a bit of controversial, but I hope they will work out. Other than that, I have a big plan of getting Alexis Sanchez into the team for Theo Walcott, but for that I would have to definitely find money somewhere. I don't even know where. I would have to have a wild card and just do some... I would definitely have to save some money in defense, that's for sure. So that's basically what we are going to be doing next after we get Harry Kane. So let's make transfers right now. Let's confirm them and hope that our 3 players who are on a yellow will be playing, because other than that I will not be happy. I will not be happy. So now let's create the team for this episode. Let's see. We've got Jagielka playing against Watford, so he might be a good shout in the team. Cahill definitely, Koscielny definitely, De Gea definitely. I don't know about Walker. I don't know if I should get Kyle Walker in here or Phil Jagielka. I feel the Phil Jagielka in here. And then Kyle Walker would be my first sub. Now I've got Phillips, Matic, Walcott, Mane, Defoe, Lukaku, Costa. I'm happy with that team, but I will be giving the captaincy back to Defoe. They're playing against Swansea, who are just woeful. Defoe is on great form, so that's where I will be putting my money right now. Diego Costa is my vice captain, and I'm happy with that. And that's going to be my team. I hope to hear some feedback. What do you think about my transfer policy right now? What do you think about my plans? You can do that in the comment. You can do it on Twitter. The link, of course, will be in the description below. So let's save my team and let me proceed to the recommendations. Before we do that, as always, make sure to click a like button on this video if you enjoy it, and smash the subscribe button if you are new around here. So the theme of today's recommendations is players that are super popular and why. And I excluded all the players that are in my team already. So in defense, we've got someone rather surprising, because it is Gareth McAuley. I hope I pronounced that well. And he is one of the most popular defenders in the game, with almost 30% of people choosing him. And I don't know why. I don't really know why. He's not the cheapest, because he costs 4.9. One of the cheapest is, for example, Jordi Amat that I am having as just a bench warmer all the way. So he's not that cheap. I know he scored a goal and got a clean sheet in his last 3 games, but that's not that brilliant. So I would not necessarily recommend him. If you want him in your first team, I wouldn't recommend him. If you want him as a bench warmer, I wouldn't recommend him as well, because he's too expensive as a bench warmer too. Let's go to midfield then, and we've got a guy by the name of Eden Hazard, and I would recommend him to all of you, because he this season is absolutely insane, back on form after a horrible spell last season. He cost 9.4, so you have to definitely go for some sacrifices in your attacking lineup. But if you watch my previous videos, you know that there are plenty of super cheap strikers that you can use in your team. And Eden Hazard is awesome. He is just awesome. In his last... He had 2 games where he didn't do that much, but basically in his last 5 games he got, what, 4 goals and 2 assists, which is absolutely awesome. And before that, he scored a goal against United, scored a goal against Leicester. So out of his last 7 games, he got 6 goals and 2 assists, which is definitely a good result. And that's why he's chosen by 37% of people. And at striker, we've got Sergio Aguero, who I will definitely tell you, don't buy that guy, get rid of him. Get someone else, get Harry Kane, get Ibra, get Diego Costa, whoever you want, just don't get Sergio Aguero right now, and only because he is suspended. He is suspended until the late December, so his price will probably go down, and therefore you might be able to buy him cheaper in the end of December, and that would be a good way to go. But don't hoard him in your team. Sell him right now when his value is high. But he's still in 28% of the team. But I would definitely advise you not to keep him in your team any longer. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you soon with some more videos. Good luck in your Fantasy Premier League. Bye!